Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a non-makeup trash talk. I have amassed so many products that I actually had enough for it to be its own makeup trash talk. So I will go ahead and link that up in the cards and the description box for you in case you want to go see that. But this is basically just everything else that isn't makeup. I have a whole bucket of items here, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in. As always, I'll leave chapters down below just in case you want to ping pong around to your own specific categories. So first thing I'm going to go into are nail products. I have gone really hard back into my Impress and Dashing Diva nail collection. I have 4 sets of nails that I finished off from Impress. They are basically mostly Halloween nails. So the very first ones that I have are from this year's collection. They were called Secret Potion, and they essentially look like candy skulls and de los Muertos holiday celebration. I apologize, I have a terrible Spanish accent. These were really fun. They actually, the white ones glowed in the dark and the flowers on the black nails glowed in the dark as well, but they were a lot. Like, they were definitely something that caught a lot of people's eye. I don't know if it's because it was highlighting a holiday that you don't normally see highlighted during Halloween season, or if it was just because they were so loud, maybe a combination of both. But I only wanted to wear these one time, and I definitely think that they're too busy for me. So I think going forward, I'll have to pay close attention to the busyness of certain patterns, because even though I was drawn to these for their uniqueness, they were a little too loud for my personal preferences. The second set I used from this year's Halloween collection were called Haunted. They had accent nails that I used up, but they had a matte black and then they had a sparkly orange. These are really pretty. I wore these twice. They were truly like great Halloween inspired nails. They worked really well. Like I said, got 2 uses out of them in the month of October. So I was really pleased with those. I also used up the one box I had remaining from last year's Halloween collection, which was the Are You There? The most glamorous, like cobweb nails ever. I wore these in September, and then I wore them again at the end of October. They were really lovely. I'm sad they didn't bring these back this year. I thought they were really elegant and not super like in your face Halloween nails, which I feel like tends to be how these collections tend to go. So I really appreciate the uniqueness of these, and I'm sad that I used them up. This is actually the second box I had purchased, so I got 4 wears in total with this color of nail, and I really loved them. There is one non-holiday nail that I have, and it's from the color line that they released in the shade 24 Taupe Prize. It's a lovely color for me. I think it's a gorgeous neutral fall shade. I'm a big fan of the color line, and I think they made the great call of finally putting this line out, because not everybody wants an accent nail all the time. So I love these. I think this is my second purchase of this particular color. So again, a big fan fave for me. In addition to using up nails, I've used up glue. I have 3 of the Kiss Power Flex Brush On Nail Glue. I actually use the nail glue in conjunction with the nail adhesive that comes on Impress nails. Same thing with Dashing Diva. I'm super rough on my nails, especially now that we're in dry season. The air is naturally really dry where I live. I'm washing my hands a ton. And so I feel like the glue really helps just keep everything on for the solid 10 to 12 days I want my nails to last for. I am somebody who tends to have a lot of glues open, and they don't typically get fully used up before they start to like dry out, or they get a little bit gloopy. So these have all done that. So it's time for me to replenish. I keep nail glue everywhere, at my desk at school, my purse, my car, here at my vanity. I've got some downstairs. So I always have a lot open at once, just so I'm never without it. So it's not surprising that I don't ever finish them up completely, but love these. We're gonna move into what I'm just gonna call the fortune cookie soap category. I have a lot of fortune cookie soap products. The first 3 are all perfume oils. I did not think I'd ever say that to you again, but as I was finishing off my Bath & Body Works Violet Lily Sky bath lotion, the weather had really turned, and that lotion wasn't keeping me moisturized enough. I'm also finding that with the drier weather and with me being pregnant, my skin, like head to toe, my skin is getting much drier earlier than it normally does for this time of year. So I mixed these 3 at different points to be able to get that lotion used up. I have the Always a wildflower, which this had like little bits of flour in it. Not great for actually mixing with lotion, because even though I tried really hard not to get the little pieces to tip out when I would pour out oil, it sometimes did. I also had for my recent Halloween box the like Zoinks perfume oil, and a really old one. This is Clever Girl from their Jurassic World collection. So I still have a couple of these types of oils lingering around just in case I have to use them. But if I get through this winter and don't use them, I will declutter them and pass them on to somebody else, because I personally don't like perfume oils. I don't like oily texture, but in a perfume, it doesn't ever really dry down on my wrists and my neck, and I don't really like that. So use these alternatively. They were fine. Don't want them again. Also from my Scooby-Doo box, I have the Scooby Snack Bath Bomb, which was shaped like Scooby's head. It was a really large bath bomb. I very much enjoyed how bubbly it made my bath. It didn't leave me feeling like textury or slick, which I don't really love for baths. It's not make it or break it for me if that does happen, because I typically shower after I take a bath. I don't tend to just get out of the bath and dry off, but this had a like fruity scent. It was fine. I'm not somebody who buys bath bombs. I prefer to buy, if I'm gonna buy any of these bath products, bubble bath, but whenever they come my way, I managed to use them. So happy that I did that, especially with such a recent thing in my collection. Another item from the Halloween box was the Mystery Machine Car Freshie. So I know that they've been making these for quite some time, but I've not had one come my way. I've not bought one. This is what it basically looks like. This was shaped like a Mystery Machine van. It is basically a car freshener made out of something more substantial than like the cardboard ones, the cardboard trees that you can buy. It smelled like straight up Fruit Loops, and smelling it now, I can get a scent off of it. But my complaint with these, and for why I probably wouldn't buy them in the future, is that they're really strong at the start and then they fade. Like this lasted me about a month, and then I'd open the car and I couldn't really smell it. And you can't, like with the tree packaging, you can kind of pull part of the packaging down and release some of the tree, which makes it last longer. You can't do that with the way this is wrapped. And this was quite bulky hanging off of my mirror, and I don't know where else I would have put it. So I will use them if they come my way, but they're not products I will go out of my way to buy. Next from Fortune Cookie Soap have the Touch the Sky laundry detergent. I told you guys I had binged this scent. I'm so sad that this scent is gone. I will tell you truthfully, laundry detergents don't leave my clothes smelling super intense. Like I can smell this strongly in the container and I love it, but I wouldn't say my clothes were smelling like this when I pulled them out. But I love their laundry detergent. I think it's really effective. It keeps my clothes nice and clean. It is better than buying Tide, in my personal opinion. So I do enjoy these, and I tend to buy them from the website if I don't get them to come my way. But this scent, end of an era here by letting this scent go. Another legacy Fortune Cookie Soap scent from last year was the Connected by Love. This is the plum scent. I freaking loved this. I had it as a smaller hand sanitizer, then I bought it as the 2-ounce one, which lasted forever. I had this as well in a baby lotion. You guys saw me pan that in my project Use It Up for this year. This scent is great. It was in their Frozen 2 collection. I think it was literally last December, so about a year ago. I'm sad it's gone, but it treated me real well. Rounding off Fortune Cookie Soap, I've got one more. It's the Hair We Go Argan Hair Shine Serum. So this came in the Easter box from this spring. And I gotta tell you, all the scents from that box were divine. I really loved the focus on the fruity florals. They were just yummy, yummy scents. I decided to pull this out because after finishing off a hair mask, I had mentioned that I was planning on trying out a hair serum or a hair oil as a mask in place of buying another hair mask. So I attempted to do that with this one. I don't know if I'm fully sold on the experience. It's definitely a very different experience. This lasted a long time. I used it for 4 or maybe 5 hair masks, and it's 1 fluid ounce because I wasn't quite certain how much to use. I think my hair still looks fine considering using oil over a mask, but I know a lot of the articles I had read when trying to figure out how to use hair oil as a mask suggested you do it as a pre-shower step. that's not my style. So I used it in the actual shower. And again, it's fine. It's just a different experience. I think that I will try to do that again with the full size hair oil that I currently have, just to get it worked through while I'm also working on serum products. But I think in truth, once I'm sort of through that using up phase, I will want to just go back to hair masks because I prefer them as a sensory experience. I think that they work really well for their purpose. And the Fortune Cookie soap masks that they sell for hair are just great. So I think I prefer those over this, but I was happy to use this up in another way and get use out of it. Some other body care items that I have from indie brands. The first is this one from the Bathing Garden. It's the Candied Pumpkins Shea Oil Whipped Soap. So when Fortune Cookie Soap had an error in judgment and decided to stop making their whip soaps, I last fall bought 2 from the Bathing Garden to kind of help offset the cost of shipping. These are okay. I don't think that they are as great for shaving as, say, the whipped soaps are, because they don't have enough of a like whipped texture that when I would spread it on my legs, I feel like it wouldn't really stick, which then when I'd go to shave, I wouldn't feel like it was doing a whole lot to provide a barrier between my skin and the razor. The smell of it was fine. It wasn't like my favorite. It kind of had an artificial pumpkin smell to it. I don't know. I just, in the end, was using it more because I had it, but I would not buy this again from the Bathing Garden. And if Fortune Cookie Soap ever stopped making their whip soaps, I would try a different company to see what they had to offer, because I like whip soap, but just not so much theirs. So I also have a scrub sample that came in my last Broadway wax box. It was my Shrek box. This, I don't know if she makes it or if it's from a company called Peace, Love, and Sugar Scrubs. I'm not sure, but the notes of it were honeydew, blue volcano, cucumber, kiwi, raspberry, and sugared strawberry. I like the idea of this, and I basically was using this to treat my legs before shaving, because sometimes I shave my legs like twice a week. I don't always wait for the day that I actually do my full head to toe scrub. And so I pulled this out, but this really is truly like a homemade feeling type of product. I kept a piece in here so you guys could see. There were these little, like, this is the biggest clump that was in the whole thing, but there were these little like clumps that I think are shea butter. I think they're shea butter, because they left a texture on my skin, but it really wasn't a lovely formulation. It wasn't very cohesive. These pieces, these clumps didn't really break down on my skin. It was rough. Definitely not something I want to get again. I really had to work my way through it. It lasted me a long time because I was only really using it to exfoliate my legs, like on the off chance I wanted to shave. And this time of year, I'm not shaving my legs a ton. So nope, wouldn't recommend. Glad it's gone and out of my life. The smell was also very much like a watermelon-esque smell, and that's not what I want this time of year. So 0 for 2 on things to like about this. Also have a weird product. This is a like a body sponge. I don't really know what you call this. No, I am just not a body sponge person. I just like my hands. This, I felt like, one, it didn't ever really get soft despite like squeezing it and trying really hard to get water in it. I don't like the feel of it on my skin. I just don't think it's necessary for me, so it's out of here. Talking about some necessary items in my life, I've used up 2 products from Summer's Eve. I have the Ultra Freshening Spray 5-in-1. This stuff is great. It's really helpful. I basically describe it as like deodorant for down there, and it's perfect. And then I also used up a whole box of their active cleansing cloths. They cool with a boost of freshness. I bought these in a box with the individual wrap ones because they didn't have an actual package at my CVS where you could just pull one out at a time. I really like these. I think they are a full step ahead of the typical wipes that they offer, but I don't know if they sell these in the actual packs. I think they must. I mean, I can't imagine they wouldn't. I wouldn't buy these in individually wrapped because it's so unnecessary. I do not travel with these, but if I could come across them as a one singular pack of like 32, I would definitely buy them because they were really nice for helping balance out the down there area. Let's talk skincare items. So first I have is a moisturizer. This is the Selfless by Hyram Niacinamide and Maracuja Daily Barrier Support Moisturizer from partnership with List. I bought this right when Hyram dropped his line. I wouldn't say I am like a diehard Hyram fan. And I will also say, while we're here talking about this small tangent, I don't love that since producing this line, he really isn't producing content on YouTube. It doesn't put a great taste in my mouth. So I don't know if I will necessarily clamor to buy this again, but that aside, this is a really nice formula. I was using it as a daytime moisturizer. It's very much, in my opinion, meant for people who have oilier type of skin or neutral leaning skin, because now that my skin, my face in particular, is getting drier, this is not moisturizing enough. So I'm glad I was able to use it up. I also love the fact that it is almost like a gel type of formula. So I never had a problem getting product down here. Like, I would basically put it in my drawer like this and stand it up. And while I was waiting to wash my face, this would all accumulate down here. I didn't have to do the annoying like squishing to get any product out, because as you can see, it held its air pocket really well. So a very well-designed package. The formula is lovely. It's not great for me for this time of year right now with my drier skin, but if you're somebody who is still oily or neutral leaning, this is great to use. It does say you can use it morning and night. I just, again, prefer to use something a little bit heavier. So very nice. And I also have the cleanser that I'm currently working on, so I'll probably report back on that, but really enjoying the first taste of the Hyram line so far. I also have this e.l.f. Holy Hydration Eye Cream. I'm on like an eye cream journey right now because I'm trying to test out other hydrating eye creams to see if there's anything that can compete with my Belief True Balm Aqua Eye Cream. That stuff is vital to my under eyes, especially this time of year. So I had this, I guess, as a sample, but then I also own it as a full size, which kind of stinks because I don't think this is as hydrating as I want it to be. I think if you're somebody who has like mediocre dryness or not super dry at all under your eyes. But I will also say, if that's where you're at, I don't think you even need eye cream. I only buy into it because I just, under this part of my eyes, have like, it's just a hair desert right here. Like, that's what we're working with just from here up. I need to quench the under eye area, and this does not do that. So I'll probably wait to use my full size one for when the summer comes around, when I'm less super dry, but this wasn't my favorite. I have a couple of samples. I have this Higher Education Pre-Rec Purifying Facial Cleanser, oily to combination skin. So I use this because I have been using the Maternity Latote subscription, and recently I started throwing in some samples. I've never heard of this brand. I thought this was fine, but weird packaging for a cleanser, not something I'm gonna buy. On the flip side though, I'm real into this product. This is the Wishful Yo Detox Face and Body Enzyme Scrub. This basically was a scrub, but the way it works, it almost felt like a chemical peel. Like, I could feel like those 3-minute peel masks where I could just like push it around my skin and I could feel like the dead skin just compiling up. It really was a gentle, lovely product. I don't necessarily want to pay the price for this, but I really did like it. And I think once I am done with my current exfoliant, I might go for this because I thought it was a really exceptional product. And for a one-time use, for it to make that kind of impression on me, I think it speaks to how good this product is. Finishing off this category, I have my Rail Beauty Miracle patches, one sleeve of them. Through my pregnancy, I'd say up until like the last month, have been dealing with what I can only categorize as baby acne because I don't normally have acne. These patches were great. I think they are some of the best patches, price per patch, out there for effectiveness. They come with different sizes. I'd prefer just the biggest ones possible because I don't tend to need patches for tiny pimples, and I prefer just to have more of a circumference so that way it can suck out more, which is disgusting to say, but that's the truth. So these are lovely, recommend them. I got them off of Amazon. I think I still have another sleeve of these, but I'll go through them super slowly because I don't have breakouts right now, fortunately. I have a, I guess, hair product. It is the T-Sal Therapeutic Shampoo Scalp Buildup Control from Neutrogena. It's supposed to clear and help prevent flakes and scalp buildup. I was mostly using this summer because I find during hair curling season that with the use of scrunching my hair, and I don't always wash my hair every day, but I would oftentimes just wet my hair and then re-scrunch it, and then the next day do the same thing, and then day 3 I would actually wash my hair. This was great at sort of bringing everything out of my scalp, out of my hair. really purifying it. I bought this randomly on Amazon. It took a long time to use up. It was 4.5 ounces because you don't need a lot when you use it. So if you're somebody who has like buildup in your scalp or you just have a drier scalp, I'd recommend this. Again, I've never seen it in store. It was just an Amazon find that I had and I really did like it. Finally, I have 2 tool products. First are my beloved Precision Tip Q-tips. I use these every single day to clean up my under eye area after I do my eye makeup. I do not put mascara on my bottom lashes, and I tend to get nicks at the corners where my lashes like overlap when I'm putting mascara on, and then inevitably when I'm putting eyeshadow, I always tend to get some eyeshadow like up in this area. So these are great for removing that stuff. I buy these off of Amazon because they're really hard to find in stores. And I tried a whole array of different brands version of these, and they were like too hard or too pointy, like just not good. These are the best ones out there. So if you're looking for these, go with Q-tips brand. And then lastly, a beloved underrated product in my collection is the Eco Tools Mask Remover Sponges. These basically are kitchen sponges in circles, and they're really helpful for removing dry down masks or removing, in my case, jelly masks that I do not wear to bed without having to get into the shower and having to fuss. They're great. I like these a lot. They are hard to find. I have to really hunt around when I do find them. So I tend to buy them in multiple packs. I think there are 2, maybe 3 sponges in here. I can't quite recall, and it doesn't say anywhere on here that I can see, but these are great. And if you're like me, you don't want to get in the shower to remove a mask, then feel free to get these. It's just very helpful, and they're better than using washcloths because I don't have to then like wash them in the washer and all of that jazz, and I don't need to go through my washcloths every single week. So these are very convenient. Would definitely recommend. Whew, okay, that was a lot of trash. I really had let it build. Sorry about that. It will not happen again. I'll probably have 1 or 2 more of these before the year is over because I am just going through things left and right. I so appreciate you being here, my friend, and I will talk to you in the next video real soon. Bye.